Okay, boys, you've had your instructions in the dressing room. Remember, obey my commands, defend yourselves at all time. Sin golpes aquí, defenderte siempre. God bless, let's do it. Buenos suertes.
So the action underway. Could it be that Rosales has been just a bit overrated on the back of that Japanese victory that brought in the title against one Alicia Gonzalez? He went to a split decision against him a little while back. Paddy Barnes knocked him out in 6. If that's a form line, then Barnes has a great chance to upset the odds here.
It's all going to be on work rate for Barnes. I think he's going to be the busier fighter. I think Rosales has shown that he has a good engine himself and likes to fight coming forwards. And that's what Barnes needs there, those bursts of combinations, plenty of movement around the target without giving away too much ground.
Danny Vaughan, his trainer, said that Barnes has had a fabulous camp. I know trainers always tend to say that, but he said, believe me, he's fitter for this than he has ever been.
And I think that's it. I think he needs to be at his fittest, the most energetic. That's lovely there from Barnes. Missed with a straight right, but landed with a straight left.
A very sweet boxer, Paddy Barnes, and has very rapidly grown into the professional game. It's a gamble, of course, taking a world title fight so quickly. But he said he wanted it quickly. He said he wanted to be fast-tracked to a world title shot, to win a world title, get in and out, make some money, and walk away from the game. Well, here tonight he gets his chance.
And started off well. I think the tactics are right so far, but he can't switch off with someone like Rosales. He's a dangerous puncher from first belt to last belt, as he's proved throughout his career. With obviously the Andy Selby knockdown in the first round in air fight, and then obviously finished winning the world title in the 9th. As soon as he carries that pound, keeps that energy levels quite high, but it's good from Barnes, in and out.
Big lad.
Burst of attacks.
Big lad for a flyweight, Rosales, as you can see, 5'6½", long and lean, and trying to make that reach advantage count, trying to land those right hands, particularly from range.
That's good there, good from Rosales there, then a bit of power at last, then his hands go, but good. Again, the speed there from Barnes, fighting off the ropes, and again there in the centre of the ring. Just making Rosales second-guess himself with that speed, with the burst of speed in those punches.
Very high, lean cheekbones, Rosales, and it might be that he knocks up a little as this fight unfolds. That's good. Good from Rosales.
Just showing the power there. He didn't hurt Barnes there, but just the weight of the shots, just making his legs move, moving him off balance a little bit.
Well, certainly not running around the ring as the Rosales camp had feared. He's in front of him trying to trade, but those are power shots from Rosales into the body, and a good jab as well.
They are power shots from Rosales, but I think the cleaner shots, even though they don't carry as much weight, are coming from Barnes so far. I think he's had a really good first round. Rosales warming up, mind, coming at the end of this round, but I think Barnes' attack has been spot on, not running from the target, moving around his opponent, and then those bursts of combinations go.
So coming into the closing seconds of an intriguing opening round. It's a 12-rounder, of course. First round is over.
¿Cómo te vas sintiendo? Cuéntame.
Well, here's some of the work that Rosales was producing in the closing stages and doing pretty well there, although Barnes using neat footwork to get away.
It is because of the fast start of Barnes. There's that shot, that right hand. I don't think Barnes was hurt from it, but I think the physical weight just made his legs move. I thought it was a good start from Barnes, and I think Rosales warmed up to the end of the round, but I thought Barnes, it was a good start.
Okay, yeah? Feel good?
Really close-knit group, of course. The Irish guys. Danny Vaughan whispering the instructions. Paddy Barnes was best man at Carl Frampton's wedding, and Carl will be watching on somewhere.
Second out, 1-2.
Into the second round of the 12th rounder for the WBC flyweight title. How did you score that opener then, Barry?
I'll give it to Barnes. I think he was the busier throughout. You know, Rosales did warm up at the end and landed some meaty shots. I think he got it worked. Just the problem is, you've seen with Rosales, you can't switch off for a second, and you can't stop that punch output either from Barnes. Has to be constantly spinning around the target. Then those punches go in straight shots as well.
doubling up beautifully, Barnes. There's a smear of blood around the nose of Paddy Barnes.
He just has to move his feet every time he throws here, Barnes, always. Even if it's only by a little quarter of a turn. See, when he holds his feet in front of Rosales, that's when he lets his hands go. That's good, though. It's a good little exchange.
Lovely stuff, and this is stirring the crowd up. Rosales saying, come on, if you want it, let's mix it up. Barnes will oblige.
And Rosales had exactly the same beating of the chest against Higger as well when he won the world title, so you know, he's up for a fight. He wants to trade, he's the bigger puncher, of course he wants to trade.
And there is blood now on the face of Paddy Barnes.
Oh, good left hook there from Barnes.
Yeah, but Rosales is unloading as well. This is real red-blooded action. We're only in the second round. They're not going to be able to do this for 12. A huge amount of variety in Rosales' work.
It's effective.
Certainly is. Uses those long levers to get power into the hooks, particularly the body shots.
And that's where he just arcs that right hand when he throws it, Rosales, and that's where Barnes throws those straight shots right down the centre of the target.
Now Barnes just waiting for Rosales to commit himself, looking to maybe act as the counter-puncher, but a right hand from Rosales found the target as he did so.
Got to stay compact there, Paddy Barnes. Shot.
Nice variety of punches there, shots to the body and switch the attack to the head, Paddy Barnes. And again, in and out, that's what he needs. Second round over, it's already building up to be an intriguing contest, this one.
You've got to offset him. When he's setting a little more feet and offset.
Welcome back to Windsor Park. The atmosphere really building up, and this is our first world title fight of the night. Cristofer Rosales defending WBC flyweight title against Paddy Barnes, and two fascinating rounds we've had already, Barry.
Well, that second round was no messing around with it. They've gone straight down to work.
And Danny Vaughan saying to Paddy Barnes, if you want a blow, just have a blow. In other words, take a breather. You don't need to be fighting 3 minutes of every round.
But at the same time, you can't allow this Rosales to walk up on you either. Give him any sort of momentum in his work. We saw that a little bit in that round where he lets his hands go. Well, he's the man with the heavier hands by far. And even though Barnes' work rate is greater than Rosales's, Rosales carries more purchase in the punches.
Might be that Barnes, the old adage, you know, if you're going to win a world title, you've got to win it big. He's got to be seen to be the dominant man, clearly.
Well, being a guy who's a bigger puncher, you know, you could throw a million shots, he'd answer one big shot, and that's what people remember. So you have to be busy throughout. It's
good work from Rosales, and again landed maybe 3, 4, 5 scoring shots there, and not a great deal coming back from Barnes.
That's good as well there, doubling up with the left hook, Rosales.
Better from Barnes. A couple of good headshots, then following up with a body attack. And again, Rosales saying, you know, if you want to come, put it on me, then try your luck. He's only too happy to have Barnes right in front of him.
Taking turns, aren't they, to rattle off the punches here.
Rosales prides himself on being a super fit fighter.
Rosales needs that uppercut. So it's what he needs to bring his punches up. And through a nice and lovely little uppercut there. That's the shot there for Rosales. Short to fight the Barnes.
Crowd trying to rouse Barnes, trying to put him onto another level. The songs are going up from his Belfast faithful. Rosales, we know, has a terrific chin. And it's not really been tested heavily so far.
No, I don't think Barnes is the biggest puncher. I think accumulation of punches is what's going to be for Barnes. But Rosales has also shown a good engine in the few fights that I've seen. So it was always a tough fight on paper.
Nice body shot, Barnes, but Rosales has had the bulk of the work in this round.
Got a lovely shot there from Barnes and a lovely uppercut there from Rosales.
Belfast supporters getting very excited about that flurry of punches he landed, but really it's been a round which has been dominated by Rosales, the Nicaraguan.
Well, Barnes is showing his toughness and his strength, let's be honest. Willing to stay in close and try and push Rosales back, but I don't think this is the right tactic in this sort of fight.
Good round, Rosales.
Abajo que lo quiero. Mucho golpeo al cuerpo.
Well, I thought Cristofer Rosales won that last round pretty clearly, Barry.
Yeah, for me too, John. I think Barnes fought back well and tried to show some strength, but he was in the place where Rosales can let the heavier hands go. But Barnes showing that fighting spirit there, rattling off those combinations for the heavier shots, and he was busy in that round as well, Rosales.
Well, we said before it began that Barnes needed a good start. He started well in the first two rounds. Rosales, maybe he did take a breather a little bit there, Paddy Barnes, but he came back strongly in that third. And now we move into the fourth. Barnes doesn't really want to be surrendering anymore.
I don't think Barnes took anything, but he didn't take a breather. He literally tried to push Rosales back, but I think that just played into Rosales' hands, standing in front, trying to show that he's as strong, if not stronger than Rosales. He needs to move around, stay close to the target, but move around it in a semicircle, letting those fast, straight punches go.
Fascinating fight, and plenty of twists and turns still to come. Nice job to the body from Barnes. That's good footwork and good defensive skills from the Irishman.
Nice right hand through the guard there from Rosales. Oh, lovely from both there.
That's a good left hand from Barnes. Needs more of those. Needs to keep Rosales from settling into some sort of an aggressive rhythm. Signs that he was doing so in the last round.
Keeping those elbows tucked in nice and tight as well there, Paddy Barnes. Oh, lovely.
Rosales, none of these punches he's throwing are being taken on gloves and arms, but the appearance is that he's the aggressor.
Well, I think the heavier punches are most certainly coming from Rosales, but again I feel that it's Barnes who's scoring more shots, and I think he's outworking Rosales at the minute.
Good punch picker, isn't he, Barnes?
Yeah. And he keeps a nice tight guard as well. Oh, lovely right hand there from Barnes. Nothing moving Rosales, so he can't move him backwards with those shots.
Oh, toe-to-toe action here.
Oh, good work.
Crowd's loving it. Rosales won't take a backward move, will he?
Good work from Barnes with his back to the ropes. Lovely hook, and then again that fast flurry of shots again. Oh, lovely. Oh!
Oh dear. He's down. and the referee has signalled it's a knockdown, and he's being counted, and he's being counted out. The fight's going to be all over. The fight is all over. Paddy Barnes' dream is over, and Cristofer Rosales has retained the title. Paddy Barnes is still down, and it's a night of bitter disappointment for the Belfast hero.
It's just a shame, because I think he was having a really good round, Barnes, really busy. But it was just a beautiful, I think it was a right uppercut there from Rosales. I think it looked like it was right in the solar plexus, John. I think Barnes landed with a good body shot first, but again, he's going to stay close and play that game with a guy with this sort of power. And I think Barnes was boxing really well, and it was a close fight. But that when you're up with a puncher like this, they have the power to just change a fight with one shot, and that's what happened. A beautifully well-timed body shot.
Yeah, tremendous shot, and it was as though the air was let out of a balloon here in Windsor Park, because they were so wanting Barnes to succeed here tonight. But with one shot, Rosales took his fight away. Congratulations from Barnes for Rosales, who retains his title and shows that he is a tough guy, and it's going to take a very, very good fighter to beat him. Let's take a look again at how the end came, Barry.
There's a lovely shot from Barnes, first of all. Look at that. Whips right across the body there, John. And they're the shots, and I'm sure Richie will tell you as well, they're the sort of shots that just, once you get hit with a body shot like that, you're not going anywhere. Look at that. Just whips around the target, takes every ounce of air out of your lungs, and that's it. And it's frustrating because you're mentally telling yourself get up, and you just can't move.
Absolute sickener for Paddy Barnes, and he couldn't get up. He'd got no chance of getting up, and you could see etched on his features there the pain of that shot into the solar plexus.
And what a really good fight it was as well, for 3 rounds. It was really good, entertaining, all non-stop action, and really good quality work from both fighters, let's be honest. But this kid, 23 years of age, there were a few losses, so people have fancied their chances with him, but he's showing he's only getting better. And he's physically strong, he's massive for the weight, and he carries that power, as we've seen there. And I know that was a lot of good technique, good timing, because he took a good body shot off Barnes himself, seen the opening, and just whipped that right hook across the body. Great shot.
The effects of the body shot will go, but the pain of defeat will remain. And Paddy Barnes had hoped that his dreams were going to come true here tonight, and it wasn't to be. Cristofer Rosales still the champion, posing happily for the photographs, which of course will be relayed back to Nicaragua. He's still the champion. Thomas Treiber is poised. Paddy Barnes still in the corner, looking just bitterly disappointed. But now I think we can go into the ring. Victor Loughlin just getting the two fighters to come together, centre ring, and it's a crestfallen Paddy Barnes who moves alongside now still the champion Cristofer Rosales, and here's Thomas Treiber.
Ladies and gentlemen, at 3 minutes of round number 3, our referee in charge, Victor Loughlin, reaches the count of 10. Your winner by way of knockout, and still WBC flyweight champion of the world, Cristofer El Látigo Rosales.
It's a sport where dreams can come true, but when they don't, it can be massively deflating and just huge disappointment. And I'm afraid the man who's experiencing that tonight, Paddy Barnes, as Rosales retains his title.